Why on earth does Pokemon still continue to make products like this? If you're a fan of spoon Pokemon, you'll be pleasantly surprised. Pokemon's reprinting items from the most expensive box collection of last year. We'll be covering everything from the worst to the best Pokemon trading card items releasing in 2024. Welcome to the channel if you are new, and welcome back if you're already subscribed. My name's Christian. I am a competitive Pokemon player who also likes to open up packs from time to time, and I recently signed to a team for the Pokemon TCG. So if you guys want to buy any Pokemon cards at all, check out comfyhobbies.com and use my code SneakerTalk to save 5% off their singles and sealed selection. With that said, let's jump into the news. So we're going to be covering everything in chronological order. So releasing tomorrow, January 5th, we have a brand new product from the Pokemon Company. This is the enhanced 2-pack blister featuring 2 Pokemon TCG booster packs, a holo foil version of Palmot, and a jumbo Pokemon coin. Now this product is not anything special. It's probably something you guys will see at drugstores like CVS, Shoppers Drug Mart, even Walmart, Target. From what we can tell from the booster packs, it's looking like it's going to be at least 1 pack of Scarlet and Violet base set and 1 pack of whatever couldn't sell that's just sitting around in the Pokemon card factories. Now the only reason you might want to buy this is if you find it for a decent price, or you're a huge fan of Palmot and want to get a Cosmo Galaxy foil version of this Palmot since it is a reprint. January 26th is going to be a huge release day for the Pokemon TCG for mainly collectors, because this set that's releasing on that day doesn't really have too many amazing new cards. We're talking about, of course, Paldean Fates. Pokemon is definitely getting really creative with these set names, and if you're a fan of Hidden Fates, or if you guys just know about all the shiny Pokemon out there when it comes to these kinds of sets, this is one of those sets that collectors are going to love and rip a ton of packs. This set is massive. There's over 240 Pokemon cards with an absolute ton of shiny Pokemon as well. This set will basically be the English version of the Shiny Treasures EX set that's recently released in Japan. It's that special kind of holiday set. So if you're a person who likes to do those master set chases, good luck. There's over 240 Pokemon cards included. And similarly to what they've done for a couple other recent big releases like Pokemon 151 with staggered release dates, they're also doing staggered release dates for Paldean Fates too. So there's going to be 3 major key dates to look out for Paldean Fates. The first one being on January 26th, where they're going to be releasing 3 different types of items. We're of course talking about the Elite Trainer Boxes. The ETBs are a staple for every new set that comes out. It of course is going to come with a ton of booster packs included, along with extras like dices and of course a promo as well of Mimikyu. It's also going to feature some sleeves, some Elite Trainer Box dividers, and of course there's going to be a Pokemon Center exclusive version too. So if you want that Mimikyu but with that special Pokemon Center stamp that everybody loves, then you can always buy from the Pokemon Center as well. Here's a quick look at the Mimikyu card. I'm a huge fan of Mimikyu. I actually have a binder page dedicated for this Pokemon, so this is definitely a Pokemon card I want to add to my collection. Also releasing on January 26th is going to be the 3-pack blisters for Paldean Fates. They feature a bunch of different dog Pokemon, and they're going to have 1 promo card included with a massive jumbo sticker. And the last 2 items releasing on January 26th are 2 different types of binders in collaboration with Ultra Pro. We have the classic 4-page binder, and we also have the 9-page binder as well. Moving on to the February 9th Paldean Fates releases, just around the corner for Valentine's Day. So if you're not, buying gifts for somebody you really love, then you can always buy some gifts for yourself, which is a great excuse to buy some Pokemon cards. First up, we have the Paldean Fates mini tins. I'm a huge fan of these mini tins because I like to use them to store my dice, damage counters and stuff for when I play competitively. Here's what the display will look like, and then here are the 5 different artworks that they have. One thing you're going to notice about each of these mini tins designs is that there's going to be 1 of these shiny Pokemon on each of the covers. Next up, there's going to be 3 different Paldean Fates tins available. There's going to be 1 featuring, of course, Charizard. Pokemon just, wanted to guarantee they make some money off this set, so having a Charizard related tin is a no-brainer. This is essentially the full art version of the Charizard EX you can pull from Obsidian Flames, but this time it is a shiny black Charizard, which everybody loves, the shiny Charizard. And the other 2 variations of the tins will feature shiny Great Tusk and shiny Iron Threads. Typically when it comes to the North American releases, you'll see the tins look like this, where they're nice to display horizontally, and if you're over in Europe, I believe you get 1 less pack per tin and you have them standing in a vertical position instead. Last but not least, each of the Paldean Pokemon starters actually have a special premium collection box as well. So we have 1 of course featuring my favorite, and I think the fan favorite of this generation, Meowscarada, 1 for Quaquaval, and then we have one for Skellydirge. So go ahead, pick your favorite Pokemon, and best of all, each of these come with a bunch of booster packs included, plus a jumbo card of the Pokemon of your choosing, and of course it has the whole evolutionary line as shiny Pokemon. 2 weeks later, on February 23rd, we have the Booster Bundle, which is probably one of the best ways to rip open packs of Paldean Fates if you don't want to get that excess stuff that you will have to pay for, like the promos and all that, in part of the tins and the boxes and the ETBs. So the Booster Bundle, would highly recommend them. Of course, they do them for every set, and of course, like always, the Booster Bundles are going to have 6 booster packs inside. And again, if you guys want to pre-order any Pokemon cards at all or shop, check out comfyhobbies.com and use code SneakerTalk to save 5% off. Shout out to my team. Also releasing on February 23rd, we have the Combined Powers Premium Collection box. This box right here looks pretty cool. You know, you got Suicune, you got Lugia, you got Ho-Oh, and the real thing here that really is going to grab your attention is that the Pokemon, the promos that they include in this box collection are all reprints from that special Pokemon TCG Classic collection that released last year, which is like $1 bajillion. This box includes a copy of Ho-Oh EX, Lugia EX, and Suicune EX, and a jumbo copy of Lugia EX. It also has those special tools that were also included in that classic collection, along with that really nice Mr. Mime card, which I'm a huge fan of because it also has that same sort of like box design as the same cards I grew up with. So it's just really cool to see a new modern card released with that kind of like template as the card's artwork. And it has 10 booster packs inside. The rumored price is about $60, and the worst thing about this box is all those cool promos, all those, you know, those reprints from the classic collection, those of course are not playable. They're all just collector's items. So you'd be paying about $60 US for this box. You get 10 packs, and then you have a bunch of truly collector pieces, because you can't use these cards in regular tournament play. Man, I didn't realize it, but February 23rd is stacked. Let's get to the 2 starter decks first. First up, we have the Melmetal EX Battle Deck, and this deck is actually a huge disappointment, along with the other deck that they have, which is the Houndoom EX deck. Now, the reason I say that these decks are kind of disappointments is because these are just straight reprinted cards from Obsidian Flames. These are not special promo arts or anything. So if you're a collector, you have really no reason to buy these at all either, because they're just cards that have already been released, repackaged in nice, convenient deck boxes. But if you're a fan of Melmetal, and if you're a fan of Houndoom, you might want to pick up these decks and just have some fun with them. They're not going to hit for weakness, so it would be a pretty balanced game in my opinion, because Houndoom is a dark Pokemon in this scenario. And I do find it funny that Pokemon is releasing another Melmetal deck. We also had the Melmetal like V League Battle deck not too long ago. I think that released alongside like a Mewtwo deck, so we have another Melmetal deck within the couple year time period. These decks are going to be easy to skip, and they'll be about $10 to buy. On to the final item, releasing on February 23rd, we have the Mabostiff EX box collection. This is the first time I believe we're going to see a Mabostiff EX card, and it's going to have 4 booster packs included with it, a jumbo card of Mabostiff EX, and the little basic version of the Pokemon as well. This box isn't anything too special, but if you're a fan of Mabostiff, this box becomes kind of like a no-brainer. So those were all the releases for January and February. Now let's get on to the March releases. Starting off with the new stacking tins. This time, the stacking tins themes are for Psychic Pokemon, Dragon Pokemon, and Metal Pokemon. So let's just take a quick look at the Psychic one. We have Screamtail, we got Gengar, of course, another classic, and Espeon. I think this one might be the one that sells out the fastest because it has Espeon and Gengar on it. I mean, some people like Screamtail too, but you know, it's 2 of the most popular Psychic Pokemon from the first 2 generations. Surely this is going to sell out. We don't know the pack set either, so I'll be opening up these on the channel if you guys want to see what packs are included. On to the Metal type one, we have Scizor, we got the Kufant, I believe, you got Tinkaton in there too, and Meltan? Yeah, Meltan. So there's your look at the Metal one, and then last but not least, we have the Dragon one, featuring Applin, Gumi, and you got Dragapult in there too. I'm a huge fan of Dragapult, so I'll be buying all these at least just to open up for content on the channel. Each tin again is set to release for about $13. They'll have 3 booster packs inside and a coin too. 5 more items also releasing on March 1st, so let's get to the most unique one out of the bunch. This right here is the Paldea Adventures chest. It's going to be retailing for about $50 US, possibly 60 Canadian, and it is a really unique product. You have a pretty big box, which looks like you can use it for storage, but it also has a bunch of booster packs as well. You got 6 booster packs inside, and it's also going to come with reprints of some cards we've seen in the past, like Palmot EX from Obsidian Flames. We also have Mousehold EX, and then we have 2 cards that we've never seen before, and actually 2 of these actually haven't even released yet in Japan. We have Sprigatito EX. Yes, Sprigatito EX, you heard that correctly. A 200 HP basic Sprigatito. And one thing to note, it also has a regulation mark of H. Yes, H. Really far in advance. This card is going to be playable for a very long time, that's for sure. Now, probably the most important feature of this special kind of box is going to be the promo Pikachu that they included. This is the Pikachu that's going to basically carry a lot of the value for this box. I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to add it to their collection. There's a lot of Pikachu collectors out there. I mean, Pikachu is like one of the most popular Pokemon in the world. It is so cute. You got the Sprigatito on the side as well as a Palmot too. It's just like a tag team of 3 Pokemon all being cute and adorable on one nice card. Now at that about $50 US price point, it is a bit higher up there, so it's probably one of those products you want to be given as a gift or something like that. Buying it for yourself, I don't know. But of course, we're going to be opening it up on the channel, so if you want to see the packs that they include and more, make sure you guys subscribe or hit that like button down below so you don't miss a future video. Now, if you don't know, every single year Pokemon Company likes to commemorate some of the top players in the game from the most recent World Championships, which of course took place recently in Yokohama, Japan. This year, it's actually going to be in Honolulu, Hawaii, which I'm very excited for. I'm halfway to qualifying for that tournament, so hopefully I'll see you guys there at the World Championships. But this is a really cool product because it allows players to be kind of like cemented into the game with their own product with their name on it, which is really cool. They usually take about 4 decks every single year from the World Championships that either won or performed amazing or were super popular. Let's start off with Vance Kelly, the winner of the Masters Division last year, with Mew's Revenge as the name of the deck. All these decks also, I just want to note, all these decks are not playable in competitive play because they have different backs on the cards. So these decks are great if you want to make like a cube, I believe people call it, where you just have like all these decks together and they're meant to play against each other. So you can still use these cards to play test and have some fun with, but to actually use these cards in competitive play, you won't be able to. But yeah, this is Vance Kelly's deck, and it's gonna have the exact same 60 cards that Vance used to win the World Championships. Next up, we have the deck that he had to play against to win the World Championships. We got Tord Reckliv's Psychic Elegance deck, featuring a Gardevoir EX. And one thing I forgot to mention is that each one will also come with a pin too, with Pikachu munching on some ramen. There's your look at the Gardevoir EX deck featuring Tord Recklev, who's also known as the greatest Pokemon player of all time. Next up, we have Xiaotong Yan's Lost Box Kyogre deck. Lost Box Kyogre was one of the hardest decks for me to play against last year, so it's cool to see it immortalized as a deck right here. It's one of the hardest decks you can play. There's a lot of skill involved in playing it. And the last Worlds deck this time is going to be by Gabriel Fernandez, Colorless Lugia. Colorless Lugia, or just Lugia in general, was really strong over the last couple of years. Lugia isn't as good these days, but you know, Lugia was actually one of the most popular decks also played at the World Championship. So congratulations to all these different players for getting their decks cemented in Pokemon trading card game history. This is definitely one of the highest honors you can achieve in the game, and just imagine having your own name printed on a Pokemon product. Oh, the dream. So again, all those special World Championship decks will be releasing on March 1st. Next up, let's get to the items releasing on March 22nd. We have 2 new EX Deluxe battle decks, this time featuring Miraidon and Zapdos, and the other one featuring Ninetales. I find it strange that they're releasing another starter deck featuring Miraidon because they already released that like level 3 fantastic deck, the Miraidon EX League Battle Deck featuring Regieleki VMAX. This time Miraidon takes the back seat. It's kind of just a supporter Pokemon to set up your Pokemon. In this case, you're setting up the main character of this deck, Zapdos EX. And some of the other Pokemon in this deck include Hawlucha and Palma. And then you also have the Ninetales EX deck. And this deck features Pokemon like Paldea and Tauros. We got Ponyta, Rapidash, and of course Vulpix and Ninetales. These decks aren't anything special for collectors either. They're just a great way to start playing Pokemon and hop into the game. None of these cards are special promo arts or anything like that. They're just all straight reprints. And they should also be selling for about $20 US upon release. Next up, we have a bunch of Pokemon products releasing in collaboration with Ultra Pro. And these are the products that really kind of tilt me and also kind of make me excited. This is the first time Ultra Pro is releasing a premium playmat. This is the Abra Evolution Stitched playmat. This playmat releases on May 15th, and it is a special stitched playmat similar to what you've probably seen in the past with that Mew playmat from the Pokemon 151 collection. It's going to be slightly higher quality than the typical playmats we're always used to getting from a lot of Pokemon products. And I'm a huge fan of Alakazam, so I'm excited to see Alakazam get some more love in a playmat like this. And of course, with every good release, there's a bad release. And this is where things I get annoyed when Pokemon, or at least Ultra Pro, releases products like this, because it makes me so envious and jealous of what gets released in Japan. Japan Pokemon centers, they get some of the coolest artwork for their sleeves, for their deck boxes, for their playmats. But when it comes to English and just like TPCI, the English side of things for Pokemon, we get shafted with these stock image products all the freaking time, man. So we're talking about the brand new Greninja Ultra Pro collection. Yes, everybody loves stock images, right? So the Greninja Ultra Pro collection is going to feature Greninja, of course, with this this background that's going to be seen again on the deck box here, and again on the binder here, and again on this playmat here, and another binder, and another binder. Come on, Pokemon, please. Why can't we have the cool Japanese artwork that we've seen that the Japanese get to just enjoy time? This is why I spend so much money when I go to Japan at the Pokemon Center. You just want to buy everything. It looks so cool. No offense, Ultra Pro. It's just the stock images, bruh. Just get someone designing. Get to cooking. If you guys want to see me buy cool Pokemon stuff in Japan, you guys can click on screen right here, or check out my recent tournament vlogs right here in my tournament vlog playlist. And if you want to see more Pokemon news, hit that like button, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.